as the returning starter, or do you see you, Ramire, and Gabe equal?
Those are all great players, and Ramire, Gabe are good players. I just always have confidence in myself and my ability on the field. So I'm just gonna go out there and just perform the way that I'm supposed to.
Like, for example, if you expect to take the first snap at City practice, you feel like you've earned that?
Yes, sir.
What were you proud of in spring camp that you did to sort of establish yourself after the end of last season?
I would definitely say just being consistent throughout camp. That's what I was most proud of. My tape looked the same the first day as it did on the last day of camp, which is big for me, just being consistent, showing up every day, going out there and working extremely hard, and also, learning and looking for my mistakes every day after practice rather than looking for the things that I did well.
Do you think that experience last year, I mean, I know you had confidence in yourself all along, but do you think that earned confidence from your teammates and your coaches to where now that you've done it, they believe in you maybe a little bit more than they did before you had that experience?
Personally, I would say my confidence has been the same, but I'll definitely say, I've learned a lot, of Coach EJ, just watching the tape from last year to this year. I'll say I've definitely grown a lot from watching the tape.
Well, what differences do you see in the tape?
I'll definitely say I'm just a lot stronger now. I'm seeing things a lot more clearly. I'll say my vision and everything like that is a lot better. My pre-snap process is a lot better.
How will kind of improving skill position depth at other spots maybe help the running backs this year, and kind of what you guys are trying to do?
You said improving depth at other spots, you said?
Yeah, I mean, having a more consistent passing threat, things like that. I mean, how does that kind of bleed over into helping you guys do what you're going to do?
Yes, sir. I'll definitely say, having a passing game opens up the run. So I would say we definitely play off of each other. Having some weapons in the receiving game is going to be big for us because we have a lot of tough runners and tough running backs who can make big plays. So I'll say we'll go hand in hand.
Returning the majority of the linebackers, is there kind of like a timing aspect that kind of remains the same and kind of an advantage to that, just feeling out the timing of who you're running behind and kind of that sort of stuff?
The O-line?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say those guys, have a lot of experience, a lot of veteran guys there. Bryce Benhart, being from Minnesota too, that's my guy. And just seeing, since I got here to seeing him now, he's made a big jump, even being here. Justin, there's a lot of those other guys, even Mazuka, the transfer that just came in. I'll say they have a great bond and they played a lot of football. So I'm definitely excited about that as a running back because I know those guys are experienced and they're gonna, go out there and block their tail off for me. So that feels good.
How's your pass blocking progressed?
Yeah, my pass blocking has progressed a lot. I'll definitely say since I got here, EJ's kind of the one who I've taken a big step with when it came to pass pro, and just learning a lot of different things about that. So I'll say it's definitely progressed, but I'm going to keep working at it. I'm not satisfied with it at all.
Sometimes, like, high school running backs are stars. You were too. You don't have to do a lot of pass blocking. You're the guy catching the passes.
Yes, sir.
So when you get here, what's one of the hardest lessons you learned right away about how to do that well?
I'll definitely say just being extremely physical in pass pro. A lot of guys, they don't expect you to really come in and smack them as hard as, they think. So I'll definitely say just being physical in pass pro. At the end of the day, if you're being physical and hitting a linebacker hard, they're not going to want to rush anymore. So I would definitely say just being consistently physical and just, showing my dominance in that way too. That's just as important as running the football or catching the football. So pass pro is extremely important to me.
What did you learn about what it takes to be a successful Big Ten running back, especially those late season games when the grind is real? What lessons did you take away from that experience last year?
I would say just, being consistent and being, overall, a 3-down back. For me, I take big pride in that, being able to run in between tackles, being able to catch the football. To be, the best in the Big Ten and also the best in the country, you have to have all three of those things. And the Big Ten is really physical. You have to be able to have endurance. You have to, take your recovery serious. Something I've started to do now is meditation. I've been taking all those little things serious because when I get on the field, I want to be as fresh as possible, have no weakness, but I want game 1 week to look the same as game 5 or 6 week and towards the end of the season.
So who among the Big Ten opponents, not your own teammates, hit you the hardest last year?
Honestly, I couldn't really tell you like one person that stood out. Honestly, don't really feel a lot of those hits, if you ask me. But there's some guys that probably hit me pretty hard, but I either bounce back up or I was falling forward. So,
was there a defense in particular that struck you as they bring it?
I would say Iowa had a great defense last season. Let me think of another game that had a pretty physical defense. I would say Iowa's probably the team that sticks out the most. when it came to defense. Other than that, I would say there's a lot of tough teams that we played, but Iowa's probably the biggest team that stuck out to me.
Talk about the emphasis this offseason on holding on to the ball. It's been such a subject.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I gotta ask you.
No, it's extremely important. I said the same thing last season. Now we just got to put that into action this year. Protecting the football is everything for this program, and it's what's been keeping us from winning football games. So I take big pride in that. I'm going to hold my teammates accountable to taking care of the football. I know, as a stat, it shouldn't come from the coaches. Like, as players, we have to be the ones to take that serious. And so you're going to see me definitely working at that and definitely pushing other people to protect the football, because that's going to help us win a lot of games this year.
How's that being emphasized differently this year than maybe it has been in the past?
The ball security?
Yeah.
I would say it's definitely the same, but now it's more just doing it, the action part of it. Last year we always said it every week, but then it would still come out and sometimes, drop the football or, drop the pass. So I would say this year it's just got to come from the players, and we just got to put it into action from game one and just keep that throughout the whole season. We shouldn't have no let-ups.
I don't know if we asked you this, but
Yeah.
do you remember how you felt when they come in and they say Gabe's out for the year, Ramire's out for the year? You better get ready to go. How did you feel in that moment? That was a Sunday probably for you.
Yes, sir. I mean, those guys come in and work their tails off, so it's definitely tough seeing those guys go down. I've always just been ready for my opportunity, so it felt good getting my opportunity and everything, and I felt like I was ready for it. But this year I just feel like I'm way more ready for it than I was last year. It was a tough feeling because you never want guys to go down with injuries. Those are my guys. Ramire's like my brother, so watching those guys go down was tough. But this year I would definitely say I'm ready to go.
What do you respect about Ramire? He's chosen to come back for another year. He's battled a lot of injuries. What do you respect about him?
Yeah, Ramire's played a lot of football here. I respect, everything about him. I would say that's like my brother. Like he's taught me a lot of things since I've gotten here to this university. We're always hanging out outside of football. We do a lot of things together. He's a really smart player. He has a lot of experience. He's a tough runner. He's above 200 pounds now. He's a strong runner too. So Ramire's been doing a great job with that, and he's just an overall good person. On and off the field, he's a good teammate. He's just somebody that you want somebody to look up to and have a role model as well.